Hello students, how are you all? I just hope that you all are well. Now students, we will continue with the same chapter, chapter 2, physical and chemical changes. Students, will discuss more examples of physical changes. So let us take interconversion of matter. This is considered as a physical change. Why? Because here in this type of change, one state of matter it changes into another state and then comes back to its original state. So the change is reversible. So interconversion of each state is a physical change. Now let's take an example of melting of ice and freezing of water. You can see some ice cubes, they are inside a glass tumbler, and when these ice cubes they melt, then on melting they changes into water, and then on freezing the water changes into ice. So you can see there's reversible change, ice into water, then water into ice again. So this changes physical change. So let us see some more reasons why it is considered as a physical change. First, it is the change is temporary. You can see the melting of ice, it is a temporary change. Then it is a reversible change. Why? Because here ice changes into water, and then water again it turns into ice. So the change is reversible. Third, that here no new substance they are formed. You can see ice has the same composition water, and here water has the same composition water, H2O, H2O. So no new substance they are formed. And then properties of original state, that is of ice, are not altered. It is the same. So that's why this melting of ice and freezing of water, it is considered as a physical change. Now the second example of physical change is again interconversion of states of matter, which is vaporization of water and condensation of vapor. Here we can see that water on heating changes into vapor, and then vapor on cooling changes into water again. So here is a utensil half filled with water. On heating the water changes into vapor, and since it is covered with a lid, so these vapor it stacks with the lid, and then on condensation or on cooling, these vapors they changes into water droplets. So the reasons why vaporization of water and condensation of vapor is considered as a physical change, here are some reasons. First is the change is temporary, it's not permanent. Then second, it is a reversible change. Just now I told you that heating of water turns it into vapor, and then cooling of vapor turns it back into water. So the change is reversible. Thirdly, that no new products are formed. Since both water and vapor they are chemically H2O. Both vapor and water they are chemically H2O. So no new substances are formed. Then fourth, properties of the original substance are not altered. Altered means changed or modified. So the original substance was water, and when it turns back into its original state, so the composition remains the same. Water remains the same, water. Now the third example of physical change is sublimation, and it involves a change of state, so hence it is a physical change. And in this sublimation what happens, the solid, for example if I take naphthalene balls here, you can see naphthalene balls. If I heat this or burn this naphthalene, then it changes directly into gaseous or vapor state, and on cooling it changes directly into solid state. It doesn't change into liquid state. So this type of change is known as sublimation, and this state sublimation is considered as a physical change. Now sublimation of ammonium chloride, which is NH4Cl. Now when an ammonium chloride NH4Cl, on heating it dissociates into NH3, which is ammonia, and HCl, hydrogen chloride. Now dissociation means to separate or to split. So these here you can see new substances are formed, which is ammonia and hydrogen chloride. So it is a chemical change. But then these two substances, they recombine on cooling, it gives back NH4Cl, which is ammonium chloride. So here you can see the changes reversible. So it is considered as a physical change also. So it involves the sublimation of ammonium chloride. It involves both a physical and a chemical change. Now comes other examples of physical changes. Drying of clothes, then heating a platinum wire, then separation of mixtures, dissolving salts in water, then drying of a fruit, and ringing of a bell. These all are the examples of physical changes. Discuss examples of chemical changes. Now the first one is burning of coal. Now coal, is one of the fossil fuels we use today, be it industry or household purpose. So coal is in the form of hard rock, and it mostly contains carbon, but it also has hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen and nitrogen, though the composition is less. So this coal, on burning in air, it gives what it gives. It gives carbon dioxide and ash. So you can see here new products, they are formed, and the change is permanent. It is not temporary, it is permanent. And one more thing, the change cannot be reversed. That means CO2, when it combines with ash, they do not give back coal. So the change cannot be reversed. So the second example is heating of sugar. And sugar, on heating, what it gives out? It gives out carbon and H2O. So you can see here new substances, they are formed, and the change is permanent. And third reason, the change cannot be reversed. That means carbon on recombining with H2O, they don't give back sugar. So the change cannot be reversed. Then the third example is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, as we all know, is a process by which green leaves, they prepare their own food with the help of carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll. And what they give out? They give out food in the form of glucose. And what they release out? They release out oxygen. So in this process, you can see here glucose and oxygen, they are formed, they are new products, and the change is permanent and it cannot be reversed. That means glucose and oxygen, they do not give back carbon dioxide and water. So the changes cannot be reversed. So photosynthesis is a chemical change. Students, these are the question answers that you will be doing in your, or that you will be writing in your practical file. Now the first question is, state what is meant by the term interconversion of matter, and is it physical or chemical change? Then the second question is, give 3 reasons why the following changes are considered as physical changes. The first one is melting of ice and freezing of water. Then second is vaporization of water and condensation of vapor. Then third question is, explain the term sublimation, and is sublimation of naphthalene physical or chemical change? The fourth question is, give a reason why sublimation of ammonium chloride involves a physical and a chemical change. 5. Give 2 reasons why the following changes are considered as chemical changes. A. Burning of coal. B. Photosynthesis. Then question number 6. Classify the following into physical and chemical change. You have to classify them as physical or chemical change. A is your respiration, then B is your boiling of eggs, C drying of clothes, D ringing of a bell, E fermentation, F ripening of a fruit, and G separation of mixtures.